Wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show No Filter, and they done already named hella celeb names in the Diddy trial. Y'all ain't gonna believe this info I got for y'all today. But first, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared at the Flow Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Happy Taco Tuesday. Good morning to the breakfast crew in the building. If you want to join us live, 7:30 a.m. sharp, Monday through Friday, I'm here live giving it to you straight. And I already could tell ain't going to be no Diddy coverage nowhere near mine, so you better subscribe. I've already picked out things that nobody else has talked about or picked up on, and we're going to get into that, y'all. Celebs, day one of the Diddy trial, and we only in the juror. We picking the jurors. We only picking the jurors, and celebs have been named. Thank you for the super sticker, Flower Power. Let me throw you up there. All super stickers, all super chats, everything. If you want to tip me, give me lunch money, dinner money, it's going to be worth your while, because y'all know I had to sit back and see how everybody was going to be covering this trial. And y'all know I'm a straight shooter. If it was somebody out there, or if everybody was on top of it like me, or even close, I would let y'all know. But I looked around, and yours truly will be the best, because I'm the only one that digs further than the actual articles and gets the backstories to this thing. Everybody else just tell y'all what the news telling y'all, for real. I'm floored, y'all, about this new news. Diddy is cooked, man. Diddy is cooked. Thank you for the super sticker, Not Dreamer. I really appreciate it. We are this is crazy, y'all. Diddy is cooked, and for the first time, he even said it out his mouth. He said, "Judge, I need a bathroom break. I'm nervous." But if I know y'all been watching everybody covering it, so I know y'all got a little background of what's been going on about these celeb names, crazy questions asked with the jurors, and it's already started off with a bang. Let me list some of the names that who have already been named. Kanye West. And Kanye West has already been named. Now, when I say name, let me explain something. See, jurors are asked questions. You know, they putting this questionnaire together, the prosecution and the defense. And so when a celebrity name comes up in the questionnaire, oh, they ain't just saying names just to say names. They don't have time to be playing around. All of these questions apply to the case. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. All of these questions apply to the case. So when they're named, it's not necessarily saying that this celeb did something bad. Maybe they did do something bad, but they could have done something bad. They could be a witness. They could also be a victim. But we know they involved in this trial somehow. And what I do is I look up and research for hours to find out, whoa, what connections do they have with Diddy? And that's what I'm good at. I'm the research king. I'm a research and find stuff nobody else gonna find. And I was doing that when I wasn't even bringing y'all the news. I would just be so caught up in a case, just in my own world. I'd be researching it day and night when I wasn't even doing it as a career. So imagine now. So we about to get into it, y'all. I'm gonna start off because you know we're gonna talk about the jurors and the selection, and how that went. But that's kind of like the X's and the O's, the black and white. I want to get right into what y'all call the T. Because nobody's talking about this. So first of all, let's name some of the names. Kanye West, Kim Porter, Albie Shore, Kid Cudi, Dallas Austin, Dawn Richards, Harv Pierre, Michelle Williams from Destiny Child, and Michael B. Jordan, Young Miami. It's more names than that. But I'm going to start off, because I ain't even going to waste y'all time. I'm going to start off with the part that's the craziest part that nobody else caught on to. None of the news publications. I mean, they brought up the Michael B. Jordan used to date Cassie in 2015. They brought that up. Everybody regurgitating that. But nobody's talking about the Mike Myers situation. And I dug into that. The Mike Myers might be, no, I'm not going to say might be. Mike Myers is the most damaging name that was brought up yesterday, and I'm going to tell you why. And it probably is the reason why Diddy was nervous. So I'm going to start right at Mike Myers. Now, I can't say if Mike Myers is a victim, a witness, a bad guy. I don't know. But when I saw Mike Myers, I looked up everybody's name and how they tied to Diddy. But when I saw Mike Myers, it got dark. And the reason it got dark is I looked up Mike Myers. I said, I don't really have too many ties or too many ways where I see Mike Myers and Diddy, like, you know, names coming up in the same breath. But that made it even easier for me to pinpoint what the hell Mike Myers got to do with it, because Michael Myers and Diddy name ain't much there, but it's one particular party. 2002, listen in, y'all, because ain't no other podcast, no other YouTube, no other news outlet talking about this. You know I'm the only one. Ain't nobody bring it like me. And probably after my show today, you'll probably hear people talking about it. But there was a party in 2002 that Michael Myers attended. It was a Diddy party, one of the super duper exclusive Diddy parties. And it was some kinky, weird stuff that went on at that party. And it came out of Diddy's own mouth. Now, what did Michael Myers see at this party? What did he do at this party? Why is he being named? We about to get into that right now. Like I said, I'm starting off with that one because I said, how is nobody talking about this? And it just lets me know, okay, that's why you the best. You made for this, Flo, because all of this access, all that they have, and they not talking about this. So I went all the way back to a New York Post article in August 29th, 2002. It was called Puffy Rules, Most Strictest Dress Code for Greatest Party of All Time. That's what they named it. The article goes on to say, ladies, if you want to attend P. Diddy's party tonight, make sure to wax your bikini line and get a pedicure. Gentlemen, don't forget to shave and wear Dolce & Gabbana. And definitely don't bring your aunt from out of town. She'll be left outside. This was an exclusive Diddy party where everybody wasn't invited. Only P. Diddy will have the guts to build a post-MTV Awards bash tonight as the greatest party of all time. Say what you want about the music mogul, but he's one of the only people that could pull this off. Two things he does well are throwing parties and fashion shows. He throws amazing parties, and everybody wants to go to them. Right now, he's trying to reposition himself back into music. And you are guaranteed a great time. They say how to dress. Some of the biggest stars from tonight's show are expected to turn up. $25,000 gift bags. Telling y'all, nobody talking about this. Some kinky stuff went on and some possible kidnapping went on. We're going to get into it. I'm just laying out how exclusive this party was. And this is what I saw, y'all. Don't be surprised if you see Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Nelly, Ashanti, the Osbourne family, and guess who? Mike Meyers. Oh, how to dress for this party. The dress code is strictly enforced. If your shoes are scuffed, you're going to have a problem getting in. If you're wearing jeans, you at the wrong party. Top designers only. Fellas, everybody has to have haircuts, shape-ups, clean shaves, and all of that. Ladies got to have their hair done, waxing, manicures, pedicures, everything. Now, I'm just gave you a little background of that. Now, I'm going to put the fucking article down, and I'm about to do what Flo do. Now, this party was limited. I think they said it was only one invite per celebrity, and they only made a special exception for your security, one more. So it was one of those super exclusive. Who knows what this party led to afterwards? But now I'm about to get into Mike Meyers, why he was brought up in the juror questionnaire, and it's unbelievable, y'all. So one time in Sean Diddy Combs was on the Conan O'Brien show. And on this show, he boasted about something that he should have never said, and it's going to come back to bite his ass. This article is from OK. It says Sean Diddy Combs boasts about locking women up at parties in resurfaced interview following the charge that he has. Now, it says, did Diddy Combs just hint at what he was doing behind closed doors? Now, they talking about this same party of the year that I just broke down to y'all. After the arrest, we did some digging. Now, this conversation with Conan O'Brien began with Combs saying, this is what you need to do. You need women. You need beautiful women, of course. And you got to have alcohol, and you got to have water. If you don't have what the women... If you don't have the water, because women like water, if you don't have water, they will leave. But you got to keep them there. Then he goes on to say, Diddy says, you need locks on the doors. O'Brien, then uncomfortable, responded like, okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now. Then Combs went on and joked and said, yeah, it's a little kinky. Before quickly jumping back into more tips, noting you need a lot of heat. Don't have no air conditioning because heat affects the alcohol, you know? Everybody also gets a little more comfortable and loose, and you build up a nice little sweat. That sounds like some baby oil shit too. Locking doors. Conan O'Brien even got a little, if you see the clip, he got a little uncomfortable. What do you mean you're locking ladies up? And not with no AC, and you're turning up. You want everybody sweating and slippery. You know that's what they alleging of all about the baby oil. Mike Meyers was at this party. What did he see? Mike Meyers and Diddy, I scoured the internet. I didn't see too many. I didn't see them tied together too many times. But I do see Mike Meyers was one of the main guests at this the greatest party of all time in 2002, where Diddy said out of his own mouth, you had to have locks on the doors. What's that famous saying? There's a lot of truth said in jest. You locking women up, and then they asking about Michael Myers. Put two and two together, y'all. Like I said, I don't know if Michael Myers is a witness. I don't know if Michael Myers is a victim. I don't know if he actually was a bad guy. But what I do know is what I've told you already. These celebrities, a lot of them have signed proffers and are cooperating. So even if Michael Meyers did do something a little, did go overboard, he did go overboard. He may have already signed an agreement and said, hey, I'm ready to talk. And he's probably out, he could be out of the woods. Or he could just be a witness who saw some stuff at this party where women were locked up, no AC. Diddy wanted them, everybody slippery and slipping, sliding. And see, he was cocky. This interview was a long time ago. Why would you even say that, Diddy? He's that cocky. Like I said, to go watch the clip. I advise y'all to go watch the Diddy Conan O'Brien clip later on today about the greatest party of all time, and you gonna see Conan O'Brien was actually a little awkward. Nobody's talking about this, y'all. Everybody bringing up the obvious stuff. Nobody even figured out the tie between Mike Meyers and Diddy. I sat back yesterday. I really wanted to see. I said, I want to see how everybody gonna cover this Diddy trial. And at the end of the day, both my posts on the my wrap up on the Diddy trial. If you follow me on social media, you know I posted. Both my posts are going viral. They're probably gonna hit 1 million. And I covered kind of what we talking about now. And I said to myself, oh, they're gonna be in trouble. Can't nobody fuck with me on covering this trial. I'm just being honest. And y'all know I'm a straight shooter. I was actually looking to see like my competition, and I evaluated fair because I'm trying to be the best, and you can't lie to yourself if you want to be the best. And I looked around, I said, man, they can't mess with me. I already know y'all gonna, by the time this trial is over, the whole world gonna know who covered it the best. Because on day one, I'm already out the blocks, already killing them on it. I don't know how nobody talking about that. Nobody talk about the greatest party of all time, where if you read between the line, this is some bougie, snooty stuff. It's already toxic. The way he you gotta wear this, you gotta wear that, and it's cool to have a dress code, but talking about don't even bring your auntie. In other words, you better be fine and young if you're a female, if you even want to get in this party. Don't that fall in line with what we've been hearing? So let's go on to another name now. Like I said, we gonna get straight into the names. I'll get to the black and white X's and O's part of it, the juror selection. We're gonna do that, but I'm starting off right with the names because that's pretty much what everybody want to talk about anyway. So what other name was on there? Michael B. Jordan. So Michael B. Jordan, it's a lot of angles to this. Now, the aspect that everybody's talking about is that Michael B. Jordan, the reason why he was brought up in the questionnaire is because he possibly was threatened by Diddy for dating Cassie back in 2015, much like Kid Cudi, who we'll get to later. Michael B. Jordan just so happened in 2015, he went to a big party that Diddy had, and he was denied entry. Did Diddy do that on purpose because of some Cassie tension? Who knows? Well, we will find out because all of this stuff gonna be on the stand. And Michael B. Jordan, and I gotta stress to y'all, just because a name is on the questionnaire don't mean they did nothing wrong. I need y'all to understand that. It just means that they are relevant in this case. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of people have stepped up to help Cassie, like a Michael B. Jordan, could possibly. I don't know. But a lot of people have stepped up to help Cassie and get behind her. So these names could be that they did something wrong, but it could easily be they're just a witness. It could easily be they were actually a victim, where Michael B. Jordan could be a victim. He could have been threatened by Diddy, just like Diddy threatened Kid Cudi, and who knows went on behind the scenes. Did he do something to Michael B. Jordan like he did to Kid Cudi, blowing up his car? Who knows? They kept Michael B. Jordan and Cassie kept their relationship like private. But there's another angle to the Michael B. Jordan that nobody else was talking about. I had to give you what everybody's talking about. Everybody, because the news said it and it was in publications. And so everybody else ran with it. That's the only tie. Diddy and Michael B. Jordan is Cassie in 2015. But no. It was another name on that list, Lori Harvey. And Michael B. Jordan and Diddy, and get this, allegedly Diddy's son, all dated Lori Harvey. Now, did Diddy try to steal Lori Harvey away from Michael B. Jordan because of what happened previously between Cassie and Diddy and Michael B. Jordan? Oh, this shit messy. We're gonna need a cleanup on aisle 10. This shit messy. But nobody talking about this. Lori Harvey was in a love triangle, or really a love square, because not only did she date first Michael B. Jordan, then she left Michael B. Jordan to date Diddy, but also dated Diddy's son. But I believe Diddy only dated Lori Harvey to take it and throw it in Michael B. Jordan's face because of what happened with Cassie. That's just me speaking. That ain't no fucking article. So, just to recap, Michael B. Jordan, it's a tie between Cassie. Something with Cassie went on in 2015. They may want details about that. But like I said, Lori Harvey also dated Michael B. Jordan and dated Diddy. Who knows what went on in that whole scenario? Not to mention Lori Harvey dated Diddy's son as well, allegedly. And like I said, it's just messy. Let's go to another name as we cover these names and what they mean. We already know Kid Cudi. I covered that in detail. Kid Cudi is a fellow Sheikh. He went to same high school as me. Kid Cudi, the rapper / singer. We all know Diddy blew his car, but I don't really have to go into much detail on that. We've covered that numerous times. But for those that may be tuning in new, Kid Cudi, the rapper, was a soft place for Cassie to land when she was trying to get away from Diddy when all that crazy mess was going on. And once Diddy found out, he told Cassie he was going to blow up her car. Blow up Kid Cudi's car. And not too long after that, Kid Cudi's car was blown up. So that's why Kid Cudi's name came up. What other name? And then check this out. Am I the only one, real quick, am I the only one who could care less about the Met Gala? But it did show that Hollywood has turned their back completely on Diddy and they're done with him. They were at Met Gala the first day of his trial. The first day of his trial, they had the Met Gala. They put all their silly ass costumes on and they didn't give a shit about Diddy. But that's a whole nother story. But let's see what other names we got in here. Of course, we know Kim Porter. But for her name to be brought up, I'm sure that made Diddy nervous because we all know that was Diddy's child's mother, who was about to bring out a tell-all book and mysteriously died from pneumonia shortly after. Why is her name on the questionnaire? Well, at least we know they're going to talk about something about Kim Porter, and at this point, it ain't going to be good. I'll be sure that he was also named. He was a singer back in the day. I'm gonna give a little context for those that might not know some of these people. Al B. Sure was a singer way back in the 90s. Him and Kim Porter have a child together, just like Kim Porter and Diddy have a child together. Well, Diddy and Al B. Sure didn't see. They were always kind of at odds. Diddy kind of raised or just stole Al B. Sure's son that Al B. Sure shared with Kim Porter. And guess what? Al B. Sure was nearly taken out of this life with similar pneumonia or whatever. He was in a coma forever, but he survived. But why they ask, if I'm Diddy, I'm shitting in my pants to even see that the jurors are being asked about Al B. Sure and Kim Porter. Because I'll show you one thing, they ain't asking him because they about to talk about Al B. Sure's music in this trial. I guarantee you that. Dawn Richards from Danny D. Kane. You know, I was around them at the height of their career. We know Dawn Richards has claimed some form of essay against Diddy from a lawsuit she filed. She's also been rumored and alleged that she saw some crazy shit happen to Cassie or witnessed different stuff that Diddy did. Her name was brought up. And in the middle of all this, Diddy had to stand up and ask the judge for a bathroom break. He said why? He had to apologize to the judge because Diddy said, I'm a little nervous. I ain't never heard Diddy say that. Have y'all ever heard Diddy say that he was nervous? But this shit getting real. This only day one. This is only jury selection, y'all. The actual opening statements start Monday, this coming Monday. Day one of the jury selection. And what I always say, these celebs is so quiet, you could hear a cat piss on cotton. I'm going to say it again. All these celebrities got named, and you ain't heard a celebrity say a damn thing. Do they not have the internet anymore? Have all the celebrities, do they not have Wi-Fi? They don't know what the hell going on. They are so quiet. You can hear a cat piss on cotton. Why not? Kanye West was named Mr. Loudmouth. He keep tweeting and tweeting and posting like he don't know he was just named. Not Kanye being named in this case and not saying anything. He the loudest one. Why you ain't saying nothing? He always got something crazy to say, but all of a sudden, day one of the Diddy trial, Kanye West's name get brought up in the questionnaire, and all of a sudden, Kanye West talking about everything except what the hell going on. See, this is the type of shit I pay attention to. Because anytime somebody break their pattern, my antennas go up. Kanye West speaks on everything if his name is brought up. This is the trial of the century. You just claim to have Diddy's back and y'all gonna do a clothing line together and they just trying to railroad Diddy and your name comes up in the questionnaire for jurors. And I'm looking all up and down Kanye's Twitter and all his social media, and he talking about everything except his name being brought up in this case. Now, I'm going to say again, I want to reiterate because I need y'all to understand this so y'all don't get off track. The name being brought up in this questionnaire does not mean that celebrity did something wrong necessarily. It could be, but not necessarily. It just means they are relevant in this case somehow, whether they're going to testify, whether they're a witness, whether they were actually a victim. And all of a sudden, Kanye West don't know. He don't know that his name it was brought up. He ain't say shit about it. All these people at the Met Gala with towels wrapped around their neck and clothes that hang down in the back of their outfit is 50 miles behind them, and they got people holding up their clothes and all this, and ain't nobody mentioned nothing. Young Miami was named. Because I tell you one thing, if I was named, I'll be like, what the hell is y'all talking about? I wouldn't be ignoring it unless they know something that we don't know. I'm gonna talk to y'all out there. If you were sitting around, we regular people, we regular folk. But if yesterday your name came up in a jury questionnaire, you ain't gonna say shit. I know you would. If they said, if the questionnaire was, do you know, how do you feel about a guy by the name of Flo? Do you listen to his podcast? I'm speaking out. I'll be like, what the fuck? What the fuck my name in this for? That's a real reaction. I tell you one thing, I wouldn't come on my social media and come to this podcast and act like I ain't hear it. All these celebrities have been named, and ain't nobody said nothing. To me, that's the most damning part of the whole shit. That's just day one, y'all. And I'm giving you a breakdown. I challenge you to go across the whole internet and see if you're going to get a breakdown of yesterday like this. All of these points I'm bringing up, ain't nobody even brought up. That's just day one. What names will we hear today? And who else going to be quiet? Who else going to be so quiet that we can hear a cat pissing on cotton? Because I'm looking at you. If your name being brought up and you tweeting about bullshit and you posting shit like you don't know, now I'm looking at you. What you know, my boy? Why you ain't saying nothing? Day one was explosive. Day one was explosive. Hey, okay. So I'm gonna speak on the chat. I like this. So now all of a sudden, Sybil says, let me read this. This is perfect. Because I like that she said this. Sybil said that's because they all have lawyers and the lawyers told them to stay quiet for now. Okay, so Sybil, you mean to tell me all the stuff that Kanye West has said, you mean to tell me a lawyer ain't told him to be quiet and he's still talking? Let's be real. This the Flow Show, no filter. Let's be real. We can't use, we gotta look at stuff for what it is. Now all of a sudden, Kanye being quiet. Kanye West has said the worst stuff known to man all day long. I can't buy just some no lawyer and told him to be quiet, and that's why he quiet now. I'm sorry. He said way too much. He said stuff that he could get sued for. He said stuff that are outraging whole communities. So I'm sorry, I can't buy that. He just quiet now because a lawyer told him to be quiet. Not now. Kanye, not now, Sybil. I love you, Sybil. But I'm no filter. I gotta give it to you straight. I can't buy that right now. He been talking. His mouth been had diarrhea for about 6 months. We all wanted him to shut up. I'm sure his lawyers want him to shut up. He's like a walking lawsuit. So I can't give him that benefit of the doubt right now that he's quiet because some lawyer told him he can't say nothing. Nope, not Kanye. Not the man who have said stuff that I'm not even going to repeat. Not the man who called Jay-Z's and Beyonce's son retarded or kids or whatever. Just said horrific stuff. Not the one running around with a swatch. I ain't going to even say the word. Not the one saying Hitler. Nah, He ain't quiet now because no lawyer told him. I got to put that one to bed with love. You know, it's always love, Sybil. But I got to put that one to bed with love real quick. Because if that's the case, then if that's the case, then now we going to let everybody make excuses. Because that's an excuse, not Kanye. So I'm going to move on from that. But yeah, not today. I can't give him that one. I can't give him that one. I got to go with Kanye been saying everything, the worst stuff known to man, all the way up until this point. Now, he ain't even acknowledged that his name got brought up. I'm telling y'all, Kanye may be in deeper than we know. And like I said, I'm going to reiterate, it doesn't mean he did nothing wrong. I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But it means he relevant to this case. It means he possibly saw something. He's possibly was told something by Diddy. Because see, once it gets to the feds, you got to answer what they ask you. You got to give an answer, or your ass gonna be sitting next to Diddy. And so it gets real. This ain't. It's out of the public opinion now. We out of public court. We in real court now. So, like I said, and that's the mistake I saw a lot of people making is like, oh, these celebrities name and just immediately assume that all of them did something wrong. And I don't want you to think that, because that'll throw off really getting to the bottom of what the hell going on. Now, they could have done something wrong. I'm not saying they haven't. But like I said, it also could be they witnessed something. They might have gave a private testimony, something. They're not wasting questions. Like I told y'all, the jury is basically 80% of your case. The most important part is the jury selection. So they not just pulling up names out the crack of their ass to just put on there just to sound good. Every celebrity named and every question asked is extremely relevant to this case. Now, we just don't know to what degree, you know, what they did. We don't know none of that, but we know that they are relevant, and it's getting hot. Oh, it's getting hot in here. But anyway, let's get into the some of the informative part. I just had to come out and get the names out the way, because that's what everybody was talking about, and I'm sure y'all wanted to know the breakdown of who was named and what, when, and why, and all of that. But now let's get into the informative part. This comes from the USA Today, and let's go over what kind of went on with the jurors and some of the questions asked and whatever. So this USA Today, it says Diddy trial replay. Potential jurors question as Combs faces shocking allegations. Says here the criminal trial for Sean Diddy Combs kicked off with jury selection in Manhattan as the one-time cultural mogul faces shocking federal charges. Several dozen potential jurors were brought into a courtroom one by one and questioned by Judge Aaron Subramanian. The prosecution and the defense were to determine whether they're qualified to serve on the Combs jury. As jury selection got underway, prospective jurors said they had heard news about allegations against the hip-hop star, seen a video of him assaulting a woman, and even heard a comedian joke about the baby oil. That baby oil that authorities say they found at Diddy's residence. Jurors were given a list of people and places related to the defendant in some way, including Hollywood and celebrities that we talked about: Michael B. Jordan, Kid Cudi, Michelle Williams, Mike Meyers, and others. Now, I'm going to stop right there real quick. You know, I keep it real. I don't know what the hell Michelle Williams got to do with it. I didn't have time to really research. I think maybe after this show, I'll dig and just even see what Michelle Williams and Diddy, just what they, you know, where they come into play at. Like I said, did she see something? Was something done to her? Did Diddy disrespect her? We just never know. But I got to look into Michelle Williams. I didn't really get a chance to look into her. So It says Combs at 55, who at one time was among the most powerful figures in the music industry, has experienced a sharp fall from grace after facing a bevy of lawsuits and criminal charges accusing him of rape and sexual assault. During the final court hearing on May 2nd, Combs confirmed that he turned down the deal. We all know that. And so they said court wrapped up today, which would have been yesterday. And after, and this is important, after court ended yesterday, out of all the jurors questioned and poked and prodded, the judge deemed 19 qualified jurors to serve. So after yesterday, we got 19 people. Now, out of that 19, two who said they were fans of 1990s hip hop, and the rest were dismissed. So I don't know how many they interviewed yesterday, but out of everybody they interviewed, 19 are still are possible jurors from yesterday. Remember, they said it's going to be a few-day process. The group of jurors who weren't struck ranged in the age from 30 to 75. Most were college educated with careers spanning from scientists, behavioral health associates, professional movers, and grocery store deli clerks. During the group question portion, prospective jurors filled in details on their ages, occupations, and interests. One woman, a 30-year-old manager at a sports facility, shared her love for watching New Girl and Gilmore Girls, while another woman, a 42-year-old dietitian at a nursing home, expressed how she'd rather read Harry Potter than the news. Many prospective jurors also shared their go-to news outlets. New York Times, New York Post, CNN were amongst the top chosen. Now let's talk about one of the potential jurors that was dismissed. They dismissed one juror because his wife served as an attorney in a 1991 Stampede case. Remember Diddy had that big party and people were stomped out and trampled and died? Well, that was the most head-turning dismissal. A potential juror noted a possible conflict of interest with his wife, who served as an attorney in the trial of 1991 City College Stampede, when 9 people were killed during a fatal crush at a celebrity game in New York that Combs helped organize. Remember, we talked about that party. And for those that don't know, I'm going to give you a little context. I always tell y'all, some people don't know some of these stories. Some people, we know all these stories. Some people tuning into this case don't know. Well, when Diddy was in college at, I believe, Howard University, 19 years old, 20 years old, he had a party and he oversold the venue. He sold way more tickets than could fit in the venue. So it was typical greedy Diddy. So if the venue, I'm gonna just throw a number out there, if the venue only was supposed to hold 1,500 people, Diddy sold 5,000 tickets. I'm gonna say that again. This is facts. We went over this. If you've been following the podcast, we went over. I did this story in detail, but I'm gonna give you the skinny of it. He threw a party. He oversold tickets, and when he oversold the tickets, because Diddy ain't never gonna turn down no money, even if it put lives at danger. We see that. And so what happened was the event turned into chaos because it was too overpacked. Then it was people who couldn't get in, who bought a ticket. It was just a mess. Well, people ended up getting stumped, and people started running, and people were trying to break in and opening doors. And there was a young lady who was tragically killed amongst other people. It was a sad situation. Well, anyway, this potential juror said his wife was one of the attorneys And they said, well, we got to dismiss your ass. They said, thanks for giving us that information, but your ass got to go arrivederci. But unfortunately, it was 9 people killed at this celebrity basketball game that Diddy put on. And it was really just foreshadowing the type of stuff that Diddy went on, just to be greedy and put money over human beings and all type of crazy shit. So anyway, Diddy was never criminally charged for that, but he did face lawsuits. This potential juror also said his wife had a negative opinion of Combs from that court case. She found his behavior disturbing, the man said. In general, she doesn't like him. Despite claiming he could still be impartial, the judge said, I got to excuse your ass, bro. Now, there were a handful of potential jurors dismissed throughout the afternoon with reasons ranging from one woman's very serious inability to understand English and another man ill will toward law enforcement for no good reason. So they had to get rid of his ass too. One woman unsuccessfully requested to recuse herself from jury duty, given a number of major life events coming up for her this next month, including her son's prom, her daughter's birthday, and said a lot was going on. Another man also lobbied to withdraw, stating simply that he does not like the violence on video. Whether it's something as innocuous as skateboarding or as serious as Combs putting his hands, feet, and paws all over Cassie Ventura, he said he don't like that, so he asked to be excused. And then it goes on to talk about Lauren London being named, Dallas Austin being named, and all the other names I've already mentioned. We already know what happened to Kid Cudi. I don't need to go into that. But this is crazy, y'all. So what's the schedule for this Diddy trial? Well, assuming all parties can agree on 45 jurors by the end of May 7th, which will be the 5th, 6th, the end of Wednesday, they want to have 45 jurors selected. And at that point, the prosecution and defense will spend May 8th and May 9th preparing for the opening statements, which will begin May 12th on Monday. Now, one prospective juror said they had liked a video on social media in which a comedian joked about Combs and the baby oil. He said, I remember liking it because I thought it was funny. But Subramanian still decided that this juror was qualified after he even said that and put the video aside and said he believes he can still be impartial. Now, if I'm Diddy, I don't know if I want that guy on the jury. I don't know if I want him to be in the jury, but apparently the judge said that ain't no big deal. And the more I read this, I see why Diddy had to take his ass to the bathroom. I would have too. This type of stuff would give you the bubble guts. According to Combs' original indictment, the baby oil bottles were used during hip-hop's freak-off parties. According to Combs' original indictment, which were described as elaborate, produced sex performances that involve sex workers. Now we get to the part where Diddy said, I'm a little nervous today. As jurors continue to be dismissed, Combs asked the judge for a short bathroom break. He told the judge, and I quote, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm a little nervous today. I ain't never heard Diddy say he was nervous. And he done been on some tough cases. He done, back in the club shooting situation back with Shine and J-Lo. Many different little situations. I've never heard Diddy say he was nervous, y'all. Several potential jurors have been excused by Subramanian as the afternoon ticked on. Due to the nature of the charges against Combs, a major issue coming up with potential jury pool is whether those called or their loved ones are sexual assault survivors. One person expressed some anxiety about being on the jury and revealed she had been assaulted as a teen. Combs' lawyer attempted to exclude her from the pool, but was unsuccessful after the judge called her careful in her answers rather than cagey, as the defense characterized. I would, I'm just speaking if I was Diddy, but I would be nervous about having her in the jury, but she is being allowed. I say again, I wonder he took his ass to the bathroom. I was like, I used to do that when that reminded me of sometimes I wouldn't study for a test. I was one of those people that like I felt like I could study like 10 minutes before the test and ace it. And so I wouldn't study the nights before and all of that. And that was one of my go-to moves. I would be sitting there and sometimes, that studying 10 minutes before the test, you don't even remember what the hell you just studied. All my procrastinators out there know what I'm talking about. You feel like you got it all, and you feel like you done jammed it all in your brain. No Diddy. And then that test come and the teacher done asked some crazy questions. And he said, I don't know if I read that part. And you get nervous because ain't nothing like having to take a test that you don't know one fucking answer to. And I was the type to be like, I didn't need a bathroom break to regroup. I was good for asking the teacher for a bathroom break just to get my fucking mind together and figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with this test that I'm about to bomb because I ain't ready for it. I feel like Diddy. I feel like that's Diddy. The more you see these details, you see why he said he nervous. If you done sexually assaulted all kind of women and all kind of victims, and then you have a juror that the judge is allowing to stay on that has actually been sexually assaulted. I don't know. So I'm going to continue. As lawyers on both sides attempted to find a suitable batch of jurors for what promised to be one of the most closely watched celebrity trials in years, potential candidates were asked a wide array of questions and presented a list of people. One juror who said hearing from victims of alleged assault would make them uncomfortable. That person was quickly dismissed, while another juror was also let go after saying she had seen a screenshot of Combs allegedly beating ex-girlfriend Cassie, which she thought could be damning evidence. Judge told her to take a hike. Combs' lawyers have tried to remove potential jurors for other reasons. They moved to dismiss a 55-year-old woman who works at HBO because the media company recently released a documentary titled The Fall of Diddy. The potential juror did not work on the film, and the judge overruled the attempt. Another prospective juror who is a chief marketing officer at Simon & Schuster was excluded for cause after saying that the company is publishing a memoir for Albie Short. This fall that contains accusations or references about Combs, the prospective juror said she would be unlikely to read that book, but the judge still said it's too close to home. Adios. How did Combs look? Well, Combs arrived at federal court wearing dark glasses and a dark sweater over a white shirt. Sporting a salt and pepper goatee, Combs smiled and hugged his attorneys upon entering. About an hour and a half later, Subramanian began questioning prospective jurors one by one. Like I said, the goal is to get to 45. Lot to unpack. And I don't want to forget, so I'm just going to squeeze this in. I've been hearing, and I haven't had a chance to dig on it, so maybe I may speak on it on my social media pages later after I get a chance to research it, but I believe it's victim number 3 They are saying victim number 3 and victim number 3's lawyer are nowhere to be found. They're not answering the phone. Lawyer's not answering. The victim number 3 is not answering. And I don't know the details of that. I do know TMZ posted something talking about the prosecution is being urged or pressured to have victim number 3 testify. And then I got sources saying that victim number 3 is nowhere to be found, and neither is victim number 3's lawyer. So I'm going to dig into that. I haven't had time to dig into it, but I've heard that from several sources. So let me do my digging on that. And like I said, if I find out anything noteworthy, I will definitely post a story about it on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Flow Daddy Flow. And on TikTok, it's the Flow Show No Filter is the handle. What else? It was a few things I didn't want to forget. It was the fact that victim number 3 is missing. And also, Diddy, just from this jury pool, from my humble opinion, day one was a big loss for Diddy. And y'all know I give it to y'all straight. If it was a big win, or if he won, or if it looked good, I would tell you, hey, Diddy had a good day yesterday. But from the celebrity names being named that were named, and some of the jurors that the judge allowed to stay on, I think day one was a loss for Diddy. I don't think it was enough bathroom breaks in the world for what he had to endure seeing all this stuff hit the fan, not to mention some of the celebrities that were named. But one thing we got to do is what we always do, is thank the people that make this podcast go, keep the lights on, and keeping truth alive. And they're keeping truth alive by subscribing. And there's nobody more important to this show than the subscribers. Without them, we don't have a show. Like I said, I'll be talking about my Cavs who got their ass whooped by Indiana, and I spent an hour talking about that because the sponsors like that, I could get good sponsor money, and I could also still tell the truth about sports. But I don't want to do that. I want to do what I was called to do, and that's amplify victims' stories. And the only way I can continue to do that and earn a living and be able to eat food is by having subscribers. Because I've already told the sponsors, leave me alone unless you're going to be good with all of the stuff I'm talking about. So let's thank these subscribers. No. Okay, so first subscriber, Star82. Everybody thanks Star82. Star82 did a $3 donation, a $3 subscription. So we gratefully appreciate it. Star82. So let's give Star82 their flowers in the chat, y'all. Let them know we appreciate keeping this thing going. And not, like I said, I give 20 episodes a month. $3 is 15 cents an episode. And for the heat I'm bringing, and I don't take a day off, I think I'm worth 15 cents. So if you don't want to give me 15 cents an episode, but you just want to listen to me for free, and you can afford, because I'm not talking to the people who can't afford it. Understand that I've been there where I ain't have $1. So I'm not talking to those. I'm talking to those who can. If you still just listen to me and you don't want to give me 15 cents, that's diabolical. Next, Jamie Walker also did a $3 subscription. I appreciate it, Jamie Walker. And I'm gonna be honest, Jamie is one of my favorite names for a female. Not to mention, y'all, y'all know I'm ready to settle down now. I've been, raising my son and chasing my career path and all of that. And for the first time, I'm ready to have a son. I'm ready to settle down, get married, and do all of that. So I'm in that stage in my life. I just decided that a couple months ago. And I'm even open to having another kid. So if I had a daughter, I might name my daughter Jamie. So shout out to you, Jamie Walker. I've always liked that name, and I might name my daughter, if the Lord bless me with one, I might name her Jamie. Two more. We got Melissa. I can't say this last. We got a tie for subscriber of the day. And Melissa, I'm sorry, I cannot say that last name, Zadinovec or something. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, if you can DM me and spell it out for me so I can understand how to say it. But Melissa and Carlisa Ford both did the top donations, which was $5 donations. And we gratefully thank you all for that. So we got two subscribers of the day. Come on down. Thank you so much for keeping truth alive and valuing what I bring to the table. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do it, but you did it anyway. So let's thank all of our subscribers. Let's give them their flowers in the chat. And as we continue this coverage of the Diddy trial, heads up, I believe Thursday will be a subscriber only episode. So I'm giving you a heads up now. Thursday, I'm pretty sure will be a subscriber only episode. If something changes, I'll let you know. And also, I will definitely I'm planning my trip to go out there to New York to see to be up front and center with the Diddy trial. So I'm putting that together. And also the Flow Show, No Filter, I Need Love tour kicks off in July. And it's official. We putting everything together now. And shit, I forgot the cities, but the cities that we have so far, just to let y'all know: Las Vegas, Houston, Sydney, Australia, Chicago, Charlotte, Atlanta, Cleveland, Los Angeles, New York, and Jacksonville. I will see y'all this summer starting in July. The Flow Show, No Filter, I Need Love Tour 2025. Y'all know this community is all about love. From the first episode I ended it with, I love y'all, but I'm out. Every single episode thereafter, I've always let y'all know how much I love y'all, and y'all know I don't just say shit just to say it. If I don't mean it, I ain't saying it. I got issues like that. I can't be phony. That's why I always had to work for myself, because I will bomb an interview because I'm too damn honest. But I found a career that works for a person like me who can't lie. I can't be phony. It's just not in me. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I can't say it if I don't mean it at all. And sometimes I say stuff that I probably shouldn't say. But that's just how I'm wired. I've been wired like that since a kid. So, and then also I'm in the point in my life for the first time where I'm actually really ready to settle down and get married. And that's a whole nother thing. It just feels good to be in that space. Like I said, I'm not rushing. I'm not going to force nothing, but I'm in a space where I'm ready to get married. And I didn't think I wanted any more kids, but I actually am open to kids now too. So I guess I got my son and he's on his way and all of that. And I'm setting my career. I know what I want to do and I'm good. And so mentally I'm ready. So y'all know I just like to be organic. And so our community is filled with so much love. We all love each other. We all look out for each other. I mean, I get 1,000 messages telling me to be careful and we love you, Flo. And it feels good that I got a group of people who got my back, because y'all know I got y'all back. Like I told y'all, outside of my best friend, my son, my parents, y'all are my family. My grandmother, my granny, who, and I don't like it and all that came from, she used to say that. And we would have these same type of conversations at the kitchen table. We talked about everything, current events, whatever going on, just like we do right here. That's why I always told y'all this just feels like the kitchen table and it's me and Granny talking. So I appreciate the family. And so with all that love and me ready for love and all this different stuff, I Need Love is a good thing for this tour because it describes our community. We got a community unlike any other. Even those other communities, they don't love each other like we love each other. They just in there for tea, and we here for tea. But y'all know I got love for y'all, and y'all got love for me. So stay tuned. I'm gonna have to get out of here, but I will be back tomorrow, 7:30 sharp, with more coverage of this Diddy, this historic moment. I'm feeling good, and other than that, ain't nothing else to say. Bye. As always, I love y'all, but I'm out. You too, y'all. Y'all are the best. I say it all the time. Oh man, hold up. I say it all the time. But I really mean it. So let me get Apple and Spotify loaded up, y'all. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. I'm getting Apple and Spotify together. And any questions, any super chats, anything y'all want to send me. If you sent me a super chat or a super sticker, let me know so I could go back through the chat and find it and can give you a shout out. Other than that, y'all know what I got to do. Get Apple and Spotify loaded up, and I'm open to questions. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. I forgot the theme song, C-Tuck. Thank you, C-Tuck. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. And another one. And another one. And another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. So y'all always got my back. Sometimes I forget my own little routine. Another one bites the dust. Another one in the books, y'all. Feels good. But ain't nobody even close to covering this trial like your boy. So we gonna keep doing what we do. No Diddy, real love in this community. That's what we about. We got so much love for each other, people be jealous. Let me look through here. Okay, Tracy said new here. She liking the vibe. Yeah, this is our vibe every morning, Tracy. And as a matter of fact, everybody welcome Tracy. Y'all know how we welcome everybody, all the newcomers to the breakfast crew. Everybody say hi to Tracy and let them know this is what we do. We're a bunch of people who love on each other, and we talk about these cases. Okay, shout out to Felix. He said he in them both Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate you, Felix, aka Kobe One Shinobi. Monique, how you doing? Genuine, hey, Genuine. Genuine. She said that Diddy nervous. She said that ain't nervous. That ain't nerve. She said that's karma. Let me put that up there. Sometimes, hey, look, this thing acting funny. Every time I get, what is this? Genuine. She said Diddy nervous. No, that's just karma. Did I miss any of my famous people? Oh, not Dream. Thank you for the super chat. Who else I missed? Y'all know I try to get it, not miss everybody. Drew Rob, what's up? Drew Rob. Good morning. Oh, Flower Power. Thank you for the super ticker. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you again, Nadreema. Hey, Maria. Lee Green Robinson, good morning. Daryl, good morning. Libby Bear, my baby. What's up, Libby Bear? Sybil, I love every time I see Sybil. I think about a family. My granny had a friend, I believe, named Sybil. I always think about that when I see your name, Sybil. Shout out to you. Like I said, Maria, Angie. Hey, Angie. I didn't see you. Empress, what's up, Empress? I had a good lunch yesterday on you. I appreciate it. Thanks again. Peggy Boy, good afternoon. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, Peggy. So if this is your first time, hello. Tara, good morning from Canada. I might have to come to Canada. I might have to come to Toronto. We'll see. Other than that, I see all my people in here. C Tuck. I'll be in Cleveland at the end of this month, C Tuck. And I'm gonna be and I'm gonna be off the grid because I'm getting too many strange calls from people from Cleveland that I ain't heard from in 100 years. Okay, let me throw this up here. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, 147 Kinsman. What's up, Karen? You know I'm about to be in Cleveland. You know that's my old stomping grounds up the way, Chagrin. I went to Shaker, but I lived so many different places. I lived off Woodland. I lived in Shaker. I lived in Euclid. I lived all over Cleveland. But I know about 147th and Kinsman. Shout out to Karen, another Clevelander. Y'all know Cleveland. Y'all know Cleveland got a special place in my heart. Now Dreamer said the cat pissing on cotton, and we can hear it, can't we? Mohawk Diddy. Yeah, hey, Daryl said he saw Mike Meyers and had to shit, got the nerve and sparks. Yeah, bubble guts. Bubble guts. It's not on TV. What's your name? It's not on TV. I think that was Karen. Whoever asked, was it on TV? Oh, Sybil, great. Thanks for that news. Sybil said May 12th is a full moon. So Diddy's going to officially start his trial on a full moon. But like I said, it's not on TV because it's a federal trial. That's why it's not on TV. They don't put federal trials on TV. Yeah, it's eerily quiet in Hollywood, ain't it? Yep, like somebody just said, it don't matter who you are. When the feds call you, they don't give a damn about no celebrity. Y'all had some great comments in here, but the way this thing is exactly. Yep, Ashley. Let me put Ashley's statement up there. Ashley giving us spreading the word so people know that it's not. Damn, this thing is messing up. Ashley, I'm looking for your comment, Ashley. It's a great comment. Like Ashley said, federal trials are never televised, and it's not going to be on television at all. So y'all just gonna have to get it through me. Exactly. Another good point by Daryl. You don't see anyone speaking, period, on Diddy's behalf. All you got speaking on Diddy's behalf are bots. Hey, Zaria, good morning. The trial is gonna be crazy for sure. Let's shout out Zaria. Zaria, I love that name too. I love names. Like I really like names are something that like I really pay attention to people's names. I like that name. Zaria. Like I said, that's another name, maybe. I might steal your name if the Lord blesses me with a daughter. I might name her Zaria and steal your name. I'm telling you now, don't be mad. Nick Crawford. Hello. I think I got everybody who was really in the chat. Nick Crawford. Yeah, I got everybody. I'm going to go on down to the new. If I missed your name, I apologize, but I try to shout out all the breakfast crew. Hey, what's up, Emily? Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Earsley. I'm sorry, Earsley. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's still loading up, so we're gonna stay on a little bit longer. Anybody got any questions or any statements that you want to put in the chat so that I can see Tuckia? No, I'm sorry. I can't do that, I can't name her Tuckia. Any questions or any comments in the chat that y'all want me to put up? Sherry said she wondering who the first tenants in Alcatraz is gonna be. Oh, it is the day after Mother's Day. I didn't think about that. Y'all, I did not expect all those celebrity names and all that on day one. I'm being straight honest with y'all, and y'all know I pretty much got a good idea of kind of what's next. I didn't see that coming. Emily said flow show or nothing. Flow show or nothing. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I have got to the level of with my coverage that it's hard for me to even watch anybody else cover it because it's just so, their coverage is so vanilla, so reading rainbow. It's just so cheesy. And y'all know I'm be honest because I tell you who's good, who I like. I don't have a problem. It's enough listeners and viewers out here for all of us. So that's why I don't name any names because I want everybody to do well in my space. I want all the podcasters and all the YouTubers. I want everybody to shine and do their thing. But I'm just being honest that the people that I don't. It's so hard. It's too cheesy. Angie said, "Please come to Toronto." Hey D, we're gonna have to add. I think we might have to add Toronto. She said, "Please." I got my passport. You know, I'm going to Sydney, Australia. I think we can add. I think because you asked, and I think I do got a lot of Toronto fans. I think I'm gonna add Toronto. But if you in this chat, please make sure you remind me. They're all watered down, yeah. And so you know, Monique, I'm not even hating because you know I don't have no hate in my blood. I'm securing who I am and what I do. That's why I'm not naming nobody because I don't want to discredit or talk bad about anybody specific. I'm just giving y'all my honest feelings because I try to watch other people's stuff because I don't want to just, I know what I know. I want to see what everybody else is talking about. And it's just so cheesy. A lot of the coverage is just cheesy. It's just the same information. Everybody's saying the same thing. So shout out to y'all for finding me. Hey, C-Tuck said I ain't coming to Toronto until they drop the tariff on maple syrup. Yeah, we do like that syrup. Syrup $50 now. I suppose I'll catch your Charlotte show. Ebony, ain't no suppose. You better be there. Ebony, you better be at the Charlotte show. Or I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna go live and say, when I'm in Charlotte, I'm gonna go live and say, where the hell is Ebony? And I'm talking about Ebony Alexander, so it ain't no confusion. She better pull up, or we gonna be looking for her. Yeah, I'm not about tearing people down at all. That's why I don't say no names. Because at the end of the day, I want everybody to shine. I want everybody to be successful. And I would never do that. But at the same time, I always speak freely and honest with y'all. I am looking for other people to watch because I do want to watch other people's coverage. I don't want to watch my own coverage, but it's hard because it's so vanilla and it's like everybody's saying the same thing. It's like I don't know. So it's tough, but much love to everybody out there. Okay, Ebony says she'll be there. All right, about to say, Ebony, don't have me have to go live on YouTube and call you out. But yeah, never about tearing nobody down. That ain't what we in the business for. But we just being honest. And you can be honest without being hateful. Or you could be honest without affecting people's bottom line. Let's see if we load it up yet. Oh, it's still going, y'all. I'm gonna stay on a little longer. We waiting for those that just joining. We here every day at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time AM, 7:30 AM for this live podcast of the Flow Show No Filter. And you can join us live or you can catch us on Apple and Spotify or my YouTube page 24/7. Look at C-Tuck always trying to get me in trouble. I just said I'm ready for a wife. See how your boys See how your boys do you? I'm trying to settle down. I'm ready to settle down. So I'm on a different type of time. I'm ready for love. What was that song? NDRE. Are you ready for love? I'm ready for love. Whatever it say. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited about the tour. I'm gonna have my best friend that y'all know, as if like he on the podcast. Y'all know Darnell Brantley. And I got a unique situation because my best friend is also a pastor. And y'all know Darnell has been my best friend since the age of 4. I was 4, he's 5. And you know, when you get older, that year difference is big. So I feel like he 100 years older than me because he a year older than me. But I got a unique situation because he is a pastor and he will be the officiant or whatever he said is called for the wedding. Whenever I get married, I'm getting married. I feel it. I don't know the who yet, and I ain't met nobody yet, but my best friend is going to be the pastor, the officiant of my wedding. So that's going to be special because he does weddings and he does that all the time anyway. But it feels good to have a best friend who could do that for you. So I think my wedding will be special. Yep, he sure do. He sure do. He sure do, C-Tuck. He from Cleveland. You know how we do in Cleveland. You know how we do in Cleveland. We do it all. Yeah, you know, when you get older, I make sure, hey, look, he be mad when I be like, when I say like, oh yeah, they like your age. He be like, man, you only 1 year younger than me. But that 1 year big when you get older. Because you start to be older than everybody. So you start really counting the people who actually older than you. I don't care if it's by a day. You old. You old. Yeah, I am getting married. Let's be honest. I never was against marriage. I always, you know, in the back of my mind, knew I wanted to get married, but I never, like, now I'm ready to get married. Like, I want to get married. I'm in that space in my life, in my head, and I'm really open. I'm going for it now. So I ain't never felt like that. So I'm just being honest with y'all. Like I said, whatever going on in my head, I'm gonna tell y'all. That's just the relationship we got. And right now, for the first time in my life, I'm ready to get married, and I'm even open to having another kid or two, or not. I'm not gonna say for sure. I wasn't even open to having no more kids forever because I was like, damn, my son is grown. I'm done. Why would I want to start over again? But I love kids, and I actually wish I could have I secretly want a daughter. I need a daughter in my life. I need a daughter. I think a daughter will give me that element because, you know, a boy is cool. That's my boy. But people always tell me it's just nothing like that daughter. And so we'll see. We'll see. I'll be on tour. I'll be on the I Need Love tour. The Flow Show No Filter I Need Love tour 2025 will be, we gonna make history. But ain't nothing like being honest with your feelings. And that's how I am. I'm okay. It's finally loaded up. So let me get Apple and Spotify. It's finally processed. Let me get this going real quick, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. It contains explicit material. Save and update. And publish. We are all set. I appreciate everybody. Oh yeah, y'all all getting invites to the wedding. I'm gonna do one of them big influencer weddings. I'm gonna have one of those wedding planners that do those big extravagant when they bring the drones out and all of that. I'm gonna have one of them do my wedding. That way it'll be nice and everybody could come. And if you can't come, of course we'll be streaming it, but Everybody invited. The whole family. Y'all gonna have invites over some of my family members who think they supposed to be there. So they're gonna be mad at y'all. They're gonna be like, how you gonna invite the Flow Show Filter community and not your cousin? I'm be like, because they show me love every day. I ain't heard from you in 100 years. So all of y'all will be invited. So come out to the tour. And if you think you might know somebody or you might be able to help me, bring them out. Bring her out. Tell her to come enjoy the tour. The I Need Love tour. We're gonna have fun. Oh yeah, Kobe, you know you're gonna be there. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be like a family reunion. That's how my tour stops are gonna feel like family reunions. I'm gonna just continue with the theme that we've already built, that we are a family. And so my tour gonna be like a family reunion. I'm gonna do a live show. We're gonna listen. We got good music, dancing, good food, and it's just gonna be a vibe. Just picture how your good family reunions used to be back in the day. That's gonna be the vibe of the Flow Show No Filter tour. The Flow Show No Filter I Need Love tour 2025. And flip flops. Yep, we in there like swimwear and flip flops. So y'all, I like to announce, y'all can just wear Flow shirts. Y'all ain't got to dress up. I'm gonna make some merch. I'm gonna make us some merch. I'm gonna say, it's gonna be something like, I can't believe I got married, but I'm out. Hey, look, it's gonna be like, all the single people, all the single community, I love y'all, but I'm out. That's gonna be the wedding shirts. It's gonna say, all the single community, I've been with y'all for all of my life. I've had girlfriends, you know what I'm saying, but I'm talking about marriage. I'm gonna be like, the single community, I've been with y'all forever, and I love y'all, but I'm out. I gotta settle down. So appreciate everybody. So much love. Let me get my ass off of here. C-Tuck say Flo get married and I like it. Yeah, for sure. I just gotta find the wife first. So put that energy out there. Give me some good energy, y'all. Tell the universe to send me that wife, and then Darnell gonna help me pick and this and that, and we're gonna do our thing. But y'all, stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. As always, much love to the Breakfast Crew. Everybody out there, I love y'all, but I'm out.